All right, just wanted to have a quick communication, and I figure this is the easiest way to do that these days about work inventory. So just a quick summary of where we are with work inventory. Historically, this is a nice little picture of the work inventory. We've been focused on scheduling out the current week and haven't focused too much during our scheduling meetings and when we're updating our work inventory on the 1 week out, 2 weeks out in the long-term column. And that's been the message so far this busy season. And what we found out that focusing on this is really just causing problems down the road. And we really want to address that sooner rather than later. Obviously, I know we only have 4 weeks left of busy season, but we want to make sure we're addressing this now. So again, nothing's going to change with how you prepare your current week, but we really do want to focus on trying to get the best 1 to 2 week picture, even the long-term column out there. So if you could go ahead and fill out your 1 week and your 2 week out work inventory the best you can with everything that you know is going to be in those 2 weeks. And again, we don't need 80 hours down here or 75 hours. We really want you to try to figure out exactly how to get 55 in this column, because then it will allow us to do an assessment to see if that is the correct 55 hours you should be working on during that week or something needs to change. But again, if you could just go ahead and utilize the resources available to you, so if you have to communicate with the reviewer, utilize your practice reports, try your best to get 55 hours in the 1 week and the 2 week long column. That would be fantastic and greatly appreciated. The second thing that we all kind of know happens when we do these projects is that you have overages on some of these projects. So let's just say, for an example, this project here is scheduled for 15 hours, and actually it should be a 20-hour project because you had an overage somewhere or something happened where you took longer than you expected. And what happens is it kicks it down, and this comes 5, and then you take one down here, move this to 30, so on and so forth. You can see the cascading effect. So we call this kind of the cascade work inventory. You change one thing in the current week and it changes 15 things down the line. And as much as we have great intentions of communicating with all the people that are affected, that communication doesn't happen. And as you can see, we'd be pretty much communicating with everybody every time something goes over. So again, what we're asking for is just a simple communication. Again, this isn't something that's new, and the fact that we want people to communicate to the reviewers when things go over. So if you are assigned to a project and you realize that this project is on your work inventory for 8 hours this week and you're 6 hours into it and you're not going to complete the project as anticipated, meaning you'll need 10, 12 hours of time on that project, you need to stop what you're doing and communicate with the reviewer. So that's all that's necessary for the preparers. Stop, communicate with the reviewers, let them know that you had 8 hours in your schedule and that project's not going to be done in 8 hours. That's all you need to do at this point. The reviewers are then going to talk to the partner, let them know what's causing the overages, and let them know that there is the overage with the project and what to do from that point forward. So again, this is 2 simple steps of communication. Preparers communicate to the reviewer, and the reviewer is going to communicate to the partner. And the partner communication, just let them know exactly what's going on. Is it a problem with the plan? Is something in that project that wasn't known to us when we started the project? But to kind of summarize this, if you realize that the project's not going to be done, you are not going to be working on that any further until you hear back from the reviewer. And the reviewer, your job is to talk to the partner, whoever's in charge of that project, to let them know that there are overages and kind of seek further guidance from that point forward. So really this kind of comes down to communication. Again, not something new. I think we all understand that. Unfortunately, communication is one of our downsides. We struggle with that communication. trying to make it as simple as possible, but communicate is the key. And I'll leave you guys with this quote. I want this video to be short, and I've said this quote many of times, but I really do think it's really impactful and meaningful to us. It's good communication is the bridge between clarity and confusion. And I really think that hammers home the point and how important communication is. Just to summarize again, preparers do not work on the project once you realize it's going to be over budget. No more move something that you're going to do later in the week forward. Reviewers, your job is to communicate to the partner, let them know that the project's over, and wait further guidance at that point. Thanks.